I think he undercharged me. I'm gonna check.
Are you ready for your headliner for the evening? He's amazing. I love him. He's so funny. Please give it up for James Hamilton.
Oh, wow, it's so cool that you're here. Thank you so much. This is so special. This is way better than how I've spent the last couple of years, which is getting angry about billionaires going to space. Anybody else? Yeah, cool. Like that's an anger that we can all unite over. Jeff Bezos went to space for 11 minutes, and you know he came back like a dude who studied abroad for 1 semester. Just like, I see the world differently, man. I kind of lived there for a little bit, you know? And when you're up there, it's actually pronounced spas. So, you know, you gotta say it right. It's the ozone layer, you know? You just gotta be respectful, man. You gotta be respectful, dude. My new thing is that I just found out what blade is. Not the movie Blade. Okay, not the part of the knife that's pretty cool. Blade is an app. It's Uber for helicopters. Yes. I love the wave of dismay. Fuck! We gotta worry about this too? There's so much to worry about. Oh, no. But I know there are like 2 dudes in here who are like, that sounds tight as hell. I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna read the room, but I'm gonna get that. I'll wait till I'm home on my own Wi-Fi. But I'm gonna get that. My network is very secure. So I can get whatever I want. They don't even know. The rest of us have questions. If you have so much money that you call a helicopter with such regularity that you need an app on your phone, I feel bad for you. That's too much money. Because the rest of us know helicopters are only for the most special occasions in your life. Like, I know that if I'm in a helicopter, I am either proposing to someone or I am very badly injured. Either way, I'm never forgetting this. My life is changing right now. And most of us get one helicopter ride. That's what we can afford in our life. I've made it very clear to my partner, if I ever get so badly hurt that they have to call a flight for life, you are to get in that helicopter. Because you are getting proposed to. Okay, yeah, this is not how we imagined it. All right, my legs are crushed. All our engagement pictures are you like, we did a thing. And me like. But we are paying a lot of money for this helicopter ride, so you need to get on board. This is our moment. This is our moment. I have spent enough time thinking about helicopters at this point that I'm kind of obsessed with them. They're very incredible. I've never been in one, but I've thought about it quite a few times. Some couples have celebrity exception rules. This is where, you know, there's like one celebrity that if you met them and slept with them, no hard feelings. I have a helicopter exception rule. That's where if I'm ever in a helicopter and you are not, I'm marrying whoever I'm in this helicopter with. All right, no questions asked, no hard feelings. I love you, I'm in love with you, but I am married to this traffic reporter now. Okay? We don't get along particularly well. He drinks quite a bit. It's not a particularly good relationship. I'm married to him and he's married to his job, all right? He loves the traffic. He loves the traffic. Every morning he wakes up and he's just like, it's traffic time. And I'm like, what about me? What about me? And he's like, oh, this again. This again. It's not a great situation, but he does fly a helicopter, and that's what I said I wanted. That's what I said I wanted. That's all I said. I learned about Blade at a wedding. I was someone's +1, and I got stuck talking to someone else's +1, which some of you know, that's not where you want to be, you know? That's not a good spot. The bride and the groom are having the best day of their whole life. And me and this dude are in the corner like, what day did you get in? Thursday, okay, that's pretty cool. Me? Friday, yeah. Pretty similar days if you think about it. We actually got quite a bit in common, you and me, if you're just looking at the calendar. And sometimes you go to a wedding and you know how you like make a best friend for the weekend, you just hit it off and you're friends all weekend long. This was not that, okay? We were working real hard and the only thing that we could figure out to talk about was commuting to work. Just the dance floor is going off, and we're over on the side, just like, how long does it take you? Oh, wow, that is longer than me. Respect, you know? Trying so hard. And then he tells me that he takes Blade to work. Yeah, he tells me what Blade is, and I couldn't help myself. I just said, wow, that sounds very expensive. And he says, I'm not kidding you, he says, yeah, well, money is just energy moving from one place to another. Where does the conversation go from here, you know? Very clear this guy's never been paid minimum energy before. Never been so certain that someone's parents send them monthly energy, or maybe he inherited a bunch of it. The rest of us are very tired. I would love even a little bit of energy, sir. I don't know if you have like a little energy drink that I could sip off of, or like an energy bar or something. I'm exhausted. I have had way too many roommates to have that conversation. This guy clearly owns more than one home, and I have had many roommates that I describe as ancient civilizations, because I don't know a lot about them, but I do know that they leave plates and bowls everywhere. You know the type. You know the type. He did convince me to go to Blade's website. This set is only about helicopters. I feel like should have put that in the show description. It is 4 hours. We will cover the full history of helicopters. You will hear the word fuselage more times than you ever thought you would. He did convince me to go on Blade's website. And when you go on Blade's website, the first thing you see is their slogan, which is, get to where you want to be. And this is how I knew this product was not for me. Like, I had a hunch, but this really confirmed it. Because if you said to this guy, hey, there's a helicopter, where do you want to be? He would have an answer. He'd be like, Cape Cod or the Hamptons, you know? If you said to me, there's a helicopter, where do you want to be? I'd be like, inside. Is that the choice? That's it. Inside, outside? Inside. Easy. Easy choice for me. Especially if we're in the air, then definitely inside. I'd like that a lot better. Really, if you let me inside the helicopter, you don't even need to leave the launch pad, you know? You could just sit there, I'll pretend that I'm the captain, you know? I'd pay you for that. I'd pay big bucks for that. It's not that I don't have any money. I did buy a mattress online last year, huh? Yeah, okay. And a frame, okay, yeah, all right. I bought this frame a year ago, and I am still getting targeted ads for mattresses, which always feels like a waste of ad space. Like, mattresses aren't a repeat purchase. At no point have I tucked myself in at night and just been like, we gotta get one of these for the kitchen. This has really filled this room out. Wonder what it would do for the bathroom. Nice. But that's where I think most of tech is right now. You know, I know we're trying to figure out where AI is at. I know we figured out some of it's already evil, but most tech, most algorithms are what I call mom smart, which is where there's a lot of useful, helpful information in there, but if you tell it one thing about yourself, it will think that is your personality forever. I hear all of these targeted ads in the voice of my mom just being like, you used to love mattresses. You once told me you slept well on a mattress. So I got you 10 of them. That's what you wanted, right? I can't keep up with your trends. I made the mistake earlier this year of Googling the phrase, gyms near me. Yeah, some of you know. I am still getting targeted ads of men without their shirts on just being like, everything you know about food is wrong. You need to eat more raw meat with your stupid little mouth. The problem with these ads is that I watch all of them all the way through. Really confuses the algorithm. The algorithm's like, he's never bought a thing. But I think he loves these. I think we should keep showing him these. For his pleasure, you know? I've just become obsessed with nutrition influencers. Because they don't have to say anything factual at any point, ever. They just have to be buff as hell. That's their whole job description. So they could be saying the craziest possible thing, and I'm at home like, well, it does look like you know something that I don't. You figured out something I didn't. I mean, it sounds crazy that you want me to eat a snake-based diet. But you are ripped up. So I will hear you out, dog. I gotta know, is a snake-based diet eating snakes, or is it eating things that snakes eat? I'll stick around until the end. I gotta know, am I supposed to be slurping snakes like spaghetti? Or am I supposed to be unhinging my jaw and swallowing things whole? Either way is keto, so it's probably either way is probably fine. Either way is probably fine. I have watched enough of these ads that I have figured out that every diet-based scam on the internet follows the same 4 steps. You could fact check me on this. Every diet-based scam names a feeling that someone might have about their body. Then it relates to that feeling. Then it gives you a piece of information that only has to be true enough that it makes you go, I guess. And then it comes with the solution. The crazier the better on solutions, because that's how they stand out. So they're all the same. Okay? Feeling, relate, information, solution. You could go home and start one of these right now if you want. You could turn on your phone and just be like, hey man, you got a little extra something something around the middle and feel like you've tried everything and you can't get rid of it? I've been there. I used to feel the same way. I almost gave up until I realized, you know who never struggled with their weight? Men who fought in the Revolutionary War. You ever looked at George Washington? That man was pretty fit. Those little jackets were busting in the arms. That's why I've started eating only hardtack and dried meat. Got real into military maneuvers in my backyard. And I definitely have scurvy, but I am getting puss. I am getting puss. And I'm at home like, well, you are stronger than me. So maybe I should give this a try. My doctor's gonna be pissed that I've eaten so much hardtack, but my doctor's not nearly as buff as this guy. I've never actually seen a buff doctor, now that I think about it. And this guy's ripped to shreds. That's gotta mean something. I do feel like the internet is busting my brain. Anybody else? It's not good. I recently got on TikTok. I held off for a long time, and I got on TikTok because it's really important for my passion, which is wasting my own time. I don't know if anybody else is into this. I love it. I love wasting my own time. I live by that old phrase, do what you love, and you'll only have to work one feverish hour before something's due. I got a little pillow that says that. The problem with TikTok is that it changes your brain so that you only think in terms of TikTok. So like recently I was watching a movie that took place in medieval Europe, and the only thing that I could think was, wow, jousting would kill on TikTok. Like it was a good movie, I think, but mostly I could just hear that dumb computer narrator voice being like, I let my friend slam a long stick into me while riding a horse. Those likes are pouring in. Pouring in. POV, I'm defending the princess's honor. Oh. I'm going viral right now. The thing that I've been stressed out about on the internet is promotional emails. I don't know if anybody else has completely lost their inbox to promotional emails. Like, I've always gotten a lot of them, and it's never been good that I hear from Puma more than most of my friends. But recently, I started getting promotional emails from the lab that my doctor sends me to when I need blood work. So just every few days, I get an email that's like, 1 day left to get 15% off lab work. And every time I'm like, I don't even think this is how this type of economic exchange is supposed to go. If I need blood work, I'll come to you. At no point should you come to me and be like, you got any blood you want me to do something with? Is any extra stuff around? I'd love to get a hold of your blood specifically. Name your price, my friend. 20% off, 50% off. Don't push me too hard. I'd do it for free. Okay, I really just need to get a hold of your blood. I promised it to some very powerful people. And I'm running out of excuses. Keep telling them that we're having supply chain issues because your body is the supply chain and you keep deleting my emails. The worst email that I got from this lab was the first one, because I didn't even know that medical facilities could send you promotional emails. So I just went, got some blood work, and then a couple days later, I get an email with the subject line, time's running out. Not what you want to hear from the people who have a couple vials of your blood. Very bad that our for-profit medical industry has figured out how to clickbait us, though, huh? Because the subject line was time's running out, and then you opened it and it was like, don't miss your chance at 20% off. Not gonna be long before we're getting emails that are just like, you have a rare condition of exclusive savings. The doctors are very concerned that you're still paying full price. We have discount codes for that, my guy. Come on in. Come on in. I did want to tell you about probably the craziest thing that I've ever had happen to me. I went into a Target. Pretty cool. That's a good start. That's a good start. A guy walked in with a bomb vest. You can look this up. This really happened. This happened in Denver, Colorado, because that is where these things go down. He walked in with a bomb vest. He walked to the back of the store, and he showed the Target employees that he had a bomb vest, or what he said was a bomb vest. Turned out it was fake. But the Target employees had no way of knowing this, and they didn't want to spook him, so they didn't say anything over the loudspeaker. So I had the very unique experience of having a Target employee come up to me and go, "You need to leave immediately." And I have low enough self-esteem that I was like, okay. You're right. You raise a good point. I don't deserve these deals. They're too good. They're too good. I'll leave, I'll work on myself a bit. I'll become a better man, and then I'll come try it again. The only way it would have been worse is if I'd turn around and just been like, "Are you mad at me?" I feel like something's off. Maybe you're mad at me. It was a crazy thing to tell my therapist about. To just have to be like, yeah, I was walking out and a SWAT team was walking in, and my first thought was, I'm going. This is excessive. I don't even know what I did, but I'm leaving. God, jeez. I heard you the first time. That SWAT team did come in very hot. They came in hot. With 8 dudes with very large guns. And at this point, everybody still thought that the bomb was real. And I don't know a lot about bombs. Really, the only thing I do know about bombs is that you're not supposed to shoot them with a gun. That's it, you know? I just wanted to be like, have you tried asking him to leave immediately? I find that works incredibly. He'll leave and he'll apologize. He'll think about this for months. He will not feel good about it. You all are very cool, so I will tell you that I'm in my late 30s now. One sad word, which is how I feel about it. That is how it feels. You start having certain birthdays, and everyone sings you happy birthday, and afterwards in your brain you just hear, woo. Woo. I don't like to tell people that I'm in my late 30s because it's an age that people have opinions about. Because people who are older than me hear that I'm in my late 30s, and they're like, so you're still young? Like, you have your whole life in front of you, so don't talk about how your body feels different or like how you think about your life differently. Like, you have your whole life ahead of you. Live it up. And people who are younger than me hear that, and they're like, why haven't you achieved more? What happened here? Like, both groups see themselves in me, and they don't like what they see. People who are older are just like, I should have done more with my precious time on this earth. And people who are younger are just like, I'd rather die young. I'd rather not. Whatever this is, I'd rather not. Actually. I can't describe it, but it's not for me. I don't like to tell people how old I actually am, because I'm trying to be a role model for men everywhere to just feel deep shame about their age. Guys, we don't do that enough. We're way behind. Some women turn 30 and Hollywood's like, could we cast you as the grandmother from Coco? Could we do that? You look the part. We get a little bit of gray in our beard and everyone's like, ooh, salt and pepper. Sexy professor. I'm gonna get me some of that. That's not what we need to hear. That's not what we need to hear at all. Even if you think some guys look good with gray in their beard, and some of them look great, you know? Even if you think that that's true, it's just not what we need to hear. You want to make the world a better place, for equality's sake. You see a man get gray in our beard, you need to come up to us and go, your body disgusts me. I want you to know my opinion of your whole thing, because it's yuck. Hey, but have a nice day, though. Have a good day, though. I think I feel particularly self-conscious about my age because I need new interests. I'm very into basketball, as you could probably tell. I don't know if you've ever watched the NBA, but they talk about players who are my age as if they are dying. It's a lot of them being like, oh, looks like he's got a little bit of life left in him. He lays it up with the last breath in his lungs. Can you imagine every time you did your job, someone just went, he turned back time. That doesn't feel good. My favorite team is the Denver Nuggets, the NBA champion Denver Nuggets. Yeah, thank you so much. Let's timestamp this album. Yeah. Let's get it. The Nuggets are champions in this universe. They have a player on their team who is so old that everyone calls him Uncle Jeff. The players call him that. The announcers call him Uncle Jeff. I got in on it. It's so fun every time he comes into the game to just be like, here comes Uncle Jeff. He's still doing his thing, that old timer. Here he comes. Here he comes. And then I found out that Uncle Jeff is younger than me. That's not fun. That's not a fun hobby for me. That's why I just want to make politicians my new role models. Because politicians who are my age are so young it's considered a liability. Politics is the only place where you'll hear someone say, who knows if he'll be good at his job? He's only 42 years old. And that's the type of energy I want in my life. That's what I want. I want to be bad at my job and just be able to be like, I'm a baby. I don't even know what any of this is, but it doesn't work for me. Give me a couple decades and I'll finally be good at this job. That's what I want. I am at an age where certain things are more exciting to me. I got called recently for jury duty. Anybody else? That's statistically impossible. Two of you do all the cases in Brooklyn? That's not true. You're pranking me. I got called for jury duty, and I know that jury duty has a lot of problems. You know, I know that it has many issues, but I was very excited. I was excited for jury duty because I've actually been diagnosed with a condition called being a nosy little shit. I don't know if anybody else suffers from this chronic condition. Yeah, okay. That's when the numbers come in. That's why you haven't been called. They're just like, this one's too nosy. If you don't know if you have this condition, symptoms include seeing two coworkers have a conversation and going up to one of them afterwards and going, so what was all that about? That's how you know. So like, does our justice system actually deliver justice? Yeah, probably not, you know? But does it deliver the tea? It was my civic duty to find out. So I went, and some of you know that you get called into this back room and they ask you questions about a case to see if you're a good fit for the case. And my case was really tough. It was a tough one. Because it was a guy who was suing a grocery store because he had tripped over their boxes. So right away, you gotta look like someone who's not gonna laugh when you see someone trip over boxes. That's not funny to me. Definitely not funny. That sounds serious. I'm definitely not looking that up on the internet later. Definitely not. You can't look like someone who's gonna laugh, and you definitely can't look like someone who's gonna be in the juror box and you're gonna see someone fall, like a bad fall, like numerous falls in a row. Like it sounds like doo-doo, doo-doo, doo-doo. You're not gonna go, I can feel it coming in the air tonight. Cannot be that guy. If you lead the other jurors in a Phil Collins sing-along, that's how you get a mistrial. That's in the law. They can't allow that. They can't allow that. I did end up getting dismissed. I did. It's not because I laughed. I got dismissed from jury duty because it was an accident, I accidentally watched a YouTube video on my phone at full volume. Because apparently I have fully turned into my dad. The only thing that was missing were small reading glasses and me going, no, where's that coming from? How do you make that stop? I don't. There's a noise, and I need it to stop, you know? The video that I watched was my friend's web series where she gives bad medical advice to real medical questions that people have Googled. So the lawyers just gave us a little break and we're all sitting in silence until my phone goes, can you get herpes from a towel? And everyone knew it was me because I just went, oh, I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. Just really panicked. Really panicked. I panicked though because I realized that all of these people think that I have such a pressing case of herpes that I'm using every extra minute in my day to figure out how this could have possibly happened to me. And I have definitely ruled out sex. That couldn't be it. That's impossible. Yeah, that's never happened. That'd be sweet if it had, but that's not happened. But something's not right. And I don't know what it is, and I gotta get to the bottom of it with these 2 minutes in this public place. They didn't say that that's why they dismissed me, but it was heavily implied. Because it happened right afterwards, and I feel like their look just said that they knew that I was a little preoccupied with whatever was going on down there. I've been looking for work if anyone's hiring. That's what this album is for. It's, I feel it'll be more effective than LinkedIn. Just put it out there. You should know that I'm at a place where I don't want my job to define who I am. Okay, that's what other people's opinions are for. Huh? Yeah, that's where I'm at. You should also know that every job that I've ever had is better than what I wanted to be when I was growing up. Because when I was a kid, so like 11 years old, 5th grade, our teacher had us write a paper on what is your dream job. And I wrote 2 pages on how my dream job was to die for my country. It's not even a job. Like, I didn't even technically do the assignment. There are some jobs where you might be willing to die for your country, like the military. Not me. I was like, cut the crap and kill me. Okay, I don't want your medals. I don't want you to pay for my college. I want you to put me down. Are you strong enough? Because if you love this great nation, you'll put me down. I don't know why 11-year-old me would have stormed the Capitol, but that was my whole vibe. Very intense, very intense. I never want to tell a teacher how to do their job, but I do feel like this paper was a chance to teach me about the writing process. To just be like, yeah, first drafts, that's where we get all our ideas out. Any idea goes. And second drafts, that's where we edit out all the violent nationalism. That's the second step of the writing process. Is that. You should do that now. Instead, and maybe this, teaches you everything you need to know about where I grew up or my school or something, my teacher read this paper and she hung it on the wall. And she kept it there for parent-teacher conferences. Just to be like, hey, how can we show the parents that the kids are happy and doing well? How about a young man's first manifesto? That would be cute. That would be very cute. It was a hit. It was a hit. And we can probably assume that what I was trying to say is that I wanted to join the military, but even that for 11-year-old me was a very strange choice because I was the kid who never made it through a full sleepover without calling my mom to come pick me up. But sure, I'm ready for the horrors of war. Yeah, send me to the front line. Okay? Just don't send me to Corey's basement. That place freaks me out. Okay? It smells different than my house. That's crazy. They have different juices than my mom buys. That's terrifying. That's scary. No, but I am ready to kill or be killed, for sure. For sure. I am. I will join the military as long as the general is okay with me sneaking into his tent at night and going, my stomach hurts. My stomach, it hurts. Oh, sorry, my stomach hurts, sir. I do know that it's difficult to say the right thing to kids in situations like this because I actually grew up and became a teacher. Because if you're not going to die for your country, why not get very underpaid for it? Huh? Yeah? Okay. Okay. I knew that this was going to be difficult. My first year of teaching, I was teaching 4th graders, so 10 years old, and a little girl used the class laptop to search for the phrase man dick. Which is bad enough, but she searched for the phrase man dick on Google Maps. So I knew I was supposed to be like, we don't do that here. That's inappropriate. Do not do that. But there was also part of me that wanted to be like, that's the wrong website. The internet is full of man dick. Most websites have man dick on it if you try hard enough. There's only one website that doesn't, and that's Google Maps. So try again. Actually, you know what, class? Gather around. We're going to learn about incognito mode. We're going to do this right. Definitely made me relate to my dad more. My dad was very bad at talking to me about sex stuff. When he gave me the talk, it was him sitting me down, being like, hey, James, one morning, you're going to wake up, and your penis is going to be like a rock. And then he walked away. That was the whole conversation. So I spent most of my adolescence just trying to piece together information. I remember one time there was a 17 magazine that was like, girls, all you need to know about a male's erection. And I was like, I'm gonna take this. But on the way out, there was also National Geographic for kids that was like, rocks! And I was like, I'm gonna take this one too. I'm a very confused little boy. I'll take whatever help I can get. I did learn that there are 3 types of erections. There's igneous, metamorphic, and raging. The third one is raging. I had to find that one out on my own. Had to do my own research on that. These days now, I just spend a lot of time thinking about how we're going to tell future generations about the time that we're living in, because I think it's just going to be humiliating. I think it's going to be so embarrassing. I think future generations are going to be like, wow, it was so bad there for a while that you had to wear a mask the whole time that you were on a plane? And we're going to have to be like, yeah, except when you were eating a little snack. It was very important that you wore a mask. It was a federal mandate. Unless you were drinking a little juice. Are you a thirsty boy? You look like a thirsty boy. The goldfish crackers are coming out, so your mask can go on down, all right? It's the first thing they taught us about viruses, that they respect snacky time. That's science. That's science. You can look it up. You can look that up. I think it's going to be embarrassing to have to tell future generations about Facebook. Because I think future generations are going to be like, so it was like a website? And we're going to be like, yeah, pretty much. And they're going to be like, and you knew it was bad for your own mental health and for democracy? And we're going to have to be like, oh yeah, we all know. Yeah, we talked about it. We did. We talked about it a little bit. And they're gonna be like, so everybody got off the website, right? And we're gonna have to be like, everybody's birthday was on there. That's what you gotta know, your coworkers' birthdays, your friends' birthdays, your own birthday. You don't wanna miss out on those HBDs, right? It's pretty important. It was a special place, Facebook. You had to be there to get it, all right? Facebook was the only place on the internet where you could sell a car or live stream a murder. It really was a special place. The peak of the internet. I do tend to worry about everything all the time. It's kind of my thing, you know? Usually it's the wrong thing, though. Usually I'm worrying about the wrong thing. Like recently I was watching a World War II documentary. I did warn you, I am aging rapidly. And it got to the point where they're storming the beaches of Normandy, and I had the genuine thought, I hope they're wearing sunscreen. A lot of danger out there, but none worse than sun exposure. It's pretty bad. I had a moment recently where I felt bad for hepatitis A. Not people who have hepatitis A. I felt bad for hepatitis A. Because I learned that hepatitis C is caused by doing drugs. And in terms of causes, that's pretty cool. Okay, hepatitis B, that's caused by having sex, and that's tight as hell. And hepatitis A, that's caused by eating poop. That's not cool, man. That's a very uncool way to be caused. I can't think of a less cool way to be caused. And the time that I feel the worst for hepatitis A is when you have to describe it to children. Because you know that it happens at a school assembly with a bunch of dudes dressed like diseases, rapping with the kids in order to relate, you know? So there's gonna be one guy who's like, don't do drugs intravenously or else you'll end up with hep C. And then there's one guy who's like, unprotected sex is not for me. I don't want to get hepatitis B. And then the last guy. The last guy is like, hey, everybody, don't eat shit. Is that all you want to say, bro? That's all they need to know. That's the whole thing. If they just don't do that, they'll be fine. It's the whole script. I just feel so bad. I just feel so bad. One thing I have realized in the last few years is that however the world ends, there are going to be a lot of good podcasts about it. It feels like the worse that things get, the better the listening becomes, you know? I'm so confident of this that I have started making intros to podcasts for various apocalypse situations. Because I'm a content creator, you know? That doesn't go away just because society did. Gotta make my little contents. You know? I wanted to end by sharing with you one of the podcast intros that I made. This is if aliens invaded Earth, which really, at this point, is a best case scenario. Really, please, set us free. Set us free with whatever big ray gun you got. So, if aliens invade Earth, this would be the podcast that I would make for that. You can play it. Everybody knows. Alien beings have invaded Earth, blocked out the sun, and killed our families. But what everybody doesn't know is that behind each of these alien beings is a story. Welcome to Alien. ... to us. The only podcast that takes a closer look at those unimaginably large ships that threw the Earth off its axis, and the deadly shriek that blares around the clock and forced us underground, and asks, what was the creative process on that? I'm your host, James, and each week I'll sit down with a new alien and ask what life is like as one of Earth's new overlords. I'll ask about the science behind vaporizing humans and turning them into alien nutrients. I'll also ask if there's a way to bring my brother back. Because life on Earth as we knew it is gone. But what's not gone is our ability to connect through stories. So plug your phone in to whatever limited power supply you have. Take a break from scavenging for food and join me for the storytelling journey of a lifetime. Okay, thanks so much. Y'all are great.